moving on until something happens to us. So, people like us, at times people
But
don't
rather
like,
than move on, what's wrong with building on rather than moving on?
That's what
Building
I'm
on the
saying.
foundation.
We can build on, build on what he has done.
Why can he not be the one to build
He can
on
be
it?
the one.
Okay.
I am not the one to take the decision. He
Your
is the
thought
one.
is what I'm
Himself
asking
and his
now.
employers are the ones to take the decision. Mine can, will not add up. Whether, okay, Keshi stay. If they want him to go, he cannot stay. Keshi, don't go. If I want him to go, he can stay if they want him. The decision is for him. The decision is for the authorities. But what happens in this business? What happens in this business? Across, check the list of all those countries that have been knocked out. Almost all the coaches are gone. Almost all the national associations have one problem or the other. They have to, go home and what we call going back to the drawing board. They have to go and strategize in what they are about to do, to look up, to have, say, in the next 4 years, where do we want to be? So, fine, Keshi has done well. If he wants to continue, he knows what he has not done well, and he will try to correct them. If those who have put them there think that he has done well for them, it's left for them to make a decision.
Okay.
But we can't continue this way. If he has not done certain things right, his second, time on the job, he can try to make them right. But
Okay. All right. Now, what's your own thoughts
And I
in
believe
terms
that
of moving forward for Nigeria?
it's going to be very difficult if Keshi actually leaves them the Super Eagles. I believe in, I always preach continuity. Anywhere you are in the world, you always have to build on what you actually achieved. And Keshi has actually achieved so well. If you bring in another coach entirely, he's going to bring his own backroom staff, his own kind of tactics, his own kind of ways and players to actually perform for him. But Keshi has actually been with this group for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, and he has done so well. Even the home-based Super Eagles, it took them to the third round of the Chan Championship, and they actually won, the third medals in that particular tournament. So for Keshi, he knows how to bring the best out of players. He's a man manager. He manages, players so well. We are talking about Mikel Obi and Moses that doesn't really have, good season in their past season in the EPL. But he came along, he brought them on board, and they actually performed so well. Not to the standard we wanted them to actually perform, but at least they did well for Nigeria. So for me, I believe, like he said, we are not in the shoes to actually ask him to stay. The authorities know better. But if I want to persuade them to do something, I would believe they sit down to know what is actually wrong with the team, what is wrong with Keshi, what Keshi actually wants, and with that they solve their differences and we move forward with Keshi. I believe with Keshi, the boys even loves him, and peradventure we have a good season in coming years.
Okay, just before we started this conversation, we referred to President Barack Obama of the United States of America, calling Tim Howard and their captain, saying, well done, guys, you've done superbly well, you've made us proud. They didn't get to the final. They didn't even get to the semi-final, and the president has called them. Do you think this is something that will probably encourage Nigerians if we had leaders and those who matter, and even Nigerians, encouraging our sportsmen to say, you've done well, even when they don't win, as a way of patting them on the back and encouraging them to do even better?
The U.S. always they set standards, and talking about Obama, calling Barack Obama, calling Tim Howard and Clint Dempsey to actually congratulate them on the showmanship at the World Cup. I believe our leaders should actually inculcate that. And the issue of if you want to actually appreciate players, it comes in emotionally and financially. Once we have challenges,
but we do more of the financial when they win.
When they win, and it boils down to if these guys or these players doesn't get that financial backing, their emotions are actually affected, and it actually affects them against front as well, because we have issues with bonuses whatsoever. But telling players or telling the crew what they've done at the World Cup is actually good for them. I think it will give them a sense of belonging. Like, okay, fine, we didn't actually perform well, but these people back home, they actually wanted us to, they actually loved us. Most of these players did not come home after the World Cup. Most of them went on vacation right at Brazil, and it's appalling to me because every country that actually went to, even the Ghanaian stars that actually they had so many problems at the World Cup, they got home, every player got home, and they had a very rowdy welcome. And looking at Nigeria after the game against France, everybody flew out of Brazil without even coming back to Nigeria. That is the appreciation we are not getting from our leaders there. If a sense of belonging has been, they've given them a sense of belonging, telling them, okay, fine, you guys lost against France, but that was a good commitment, that was a good fight for Nigerians, and we love you. They will all come back home and to this gorgeous welcome for them.
What's your thought about that?
Probably I'll differ here because going back to your question you asked about Barack Obama, picking up the phone and calling the guys to thank them. We also have it in this country because about 2 years ago, let me give you an example. Our female under 20 women, our female under 20 team went to World Cup in Japan. That's under 20 FIFA Women World Championship. And they played the top place match and lost. They came fourth out of the 16 countries that went for that competition because they did well, they played well. Every Nigerian that watched their games from game number 1 saw the commitment, saw the commitment of these players and their coaches. They came back to this country. They were received in the presidency. Yours sincerely happened to be opportune to be in that reception. Fourth in the world, the president of this country, President Goodluck Jonathan, received that team prepared by the Nigeria Football Federation. That will tell you something. We've had it in this country when every time that Super Eagles will come third at the Nations Cup, and they will come and be received, even from the days of President Olusegun Obasanjo at Aso Rock. But we are saying that this crop of boys that went to Brazil didn't show any commitment.
Even against
my friend here was
Argentina?
saying about Keshe managing Mikel Obi and Moses. They were the worst players amongst the Nigerian players. Mikel didn't come to the party. Mikel should be our biggest, an iconic player for Nigeria based on what he has achieved at club level with Chelsea. Yeah, he went there, he was deteriorating from each match he played. Moses, from first match, Keshi saw he had nothing to offer. He benched him till the last match against France, which was also his last. He was also replaced. If you think that he has managed them and he had brought the best out of them, they didn't do what they were doing in their club side. This country is very appreciative of its citizens too. If they do well, they will certainly appreciate them. If they had seen, you saw Algeria, they played the same group of 16 that Nigeria played, but they fought till the last minute and they got a goal. It was only Nigeria that you scored to Bondo and they will not react and they will not score even one single goal. Look at the same United States.
Okay. Yeah.
They fought till the last minute. And you can't compare United States to Nigeria. Nigeria is a football nation. United States is known by the American type of football. They are just coming up. They are using this because they want to host the World Cup in 2020.
Okay.
And this crop of players, this class of this 2014, had done the country called the United States of America proud. And their president is going to be proud of them. The president of this country provided money when these people were bickering over bonuses and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And money was, it looks ridiculous.
Okay.
Ghana did it, and they flopped.
Okay.
And they brought money, and that money taken there, the government and people of Brazil will take their, you know how it works there. They are not going to take it out.
Okay. Anyway, we have to wrap up now. So your final word, I just need you to tell me, who do you see in the final? Brazil is going into the semi. Germany is going into the semi. Is it going to be Argentina? And who else do you see in the semi-final and the final? Your prediction, very quickly.
Rooting for the final straight, I believe Germany, their strength is so overwhelming. Coming from 2010, they are the fourth, they are the first country to be in the fourth semi-final in a row in a World Cup. No country has actually done that. So the consistency is there for them. So I believe they will move more further in the semi-finals to the final, and I believe Germany will take the World Cup.
You think so? Okay. Who do you think will get to the final, and who do you think will win it?
Well, football is just like biscuits. When you bite it, you don't know where it's going to crack.
That's a new one.
Don't write off the host country,
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes.
They have everything going for them. They have the 12th player, which is the crowd.
The crowd, okay.
Right? The Germans are very strong, but they're going to have it tough with Brazil.
So you think
I see the Netherlands. I see the Netherlands and Brazil going all the way to the finals.
Okay, all right.
Is there any match tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, there are 2 matches tonight. Yes.
Okay. And tomorrow?
No
matches tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, well, we have to say thank you very much, Harry Awurumibe, a sports analyst. Thank you very much, and also to Sulaiman Adebayo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Sunrise will take a quick break, and then when we come back, will be the home stretch. So don't go away.